What's up, man? Welcome back to the Reaction Channel. I enjoyed watching the Scoob and Rob game yesterday. Enjoyed breaking that down. It really was a great event. Like, the production was good. It's easy to watch. So I'm gonna go ahead and react to this game. Obviously, we know the outcome. Brutal loss for Friga. Rough game. I am interested to see what statement Friga's gonna make. Kind of what angle he's gonna take moving forward. It's just interesting. It's just all interesting. These games have so much at stake, and just interested to see like where he goes from here. You know, what's next for Friga. But I'm gonna kind of break it down, give you all my take on this. If you guys want the rest of the breakdowns, let me know. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed watching that Scoob and Rob one. So let's lock in on this one.
2 consecutive fouls is the free throw. 2 timeouts per player. Let's get straight to it. Friga downhill early. Ooh, ooh. Oh, NAS is on 10. I love it. NAS with the block, first play of the game. Oh, they out here pulling now. They playing now.
Nas is just like throwing jabs at him, kind of getting in his head early.
I've never seen Friga like
Like he's just like almost just tampering him purposely to try to get him out of his element.
NAS not gonna let Friga get no easy shots today.
Step back, deep corner.
Oh, he hit a thing. Friga don't want nothing easy, chat. Oh, man.
That was such a
shot making can neutralize anything you bring to the table.
I don't know the word to use, but I'm not surprised that was the first shot of the game. Like, in terms of that's what we had to see from Friga. He had to make shots like that. Like, you know, it was a tough shot. But the big difference in this game, and it's no secret, NAS was able to face up like this and see the floor and attack an angle and counter and just play like the way he always does. If anything, whoa.
It's getting chippy.
Yo, that elbow, if that elbow lands, did it land? Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but that's for sure getting reviewed in college. Definitely in the NBA, but I watch college basketball. That's going to the review table for sure.
Oh my gosh.
But I see what Friga's trying to do. And I feel like with these pay-per-views, a lot of guys go into it with the mentality like, I'm about to set the tone with a hard foul. Like, if you guys know that Kobe story in the Olympics when he just, maybe it wasn't the Olympics,
Step back for 3.
set a hard foul just to start the game. I think we're going to see that more often in these ones, in the pay-per-view ones.
Downhill. That's good defense.
That is good defense. And
Running him off his line.
I think it's so much harder to get a foul like that, too, when it seems like the defender is, like, guiding you and you're kind of dribbling into a tough shot. I think you're less likely to get that call.
You're going to have to. That's the contested.
I mean, we can't. That is what NAS does. That triple threat 3. And
yeah, you got to take that away first things first. First things first with NAS, take away the triple threat 3. Yeah, he might counter you and whatnot, but you got to take it away.
NAS keeps going back to his side here.
I actually think NAS is.
Big shoulder.
Oh, you can't miss that, NAS. He for sure was more comfortable in this one-on-one as far as scoring goes compared to the ones he normally plays. You know, he's normally played a lot more physically, so him offensively, he probably felt freed up a little bit.
NAS, top of the key, jab 3 going up.
That's deep.
He hits another one. He's making them get dark and under the bed. Oh, and step back 3 for NAS. Oh, God.
I got chills all over again.
That's the big 3-4 man of the year.
Alternate universe right here. 12-9. Friga's up.
Timeout, Friga. Nas is chirping at him. Let's hear it. Friga pushes back.
Nas's passion is fun to watch, bro. You gotta respect it.
Right now, it's not even funny. Oh my Lord.
Friga facing early adversity.
I am
And all he's doing there too,
Brother, you got 5
he's
seconds.
applying pressure. He's applying pressure when he's yelling and walking around and kind of controlling the room. Like he's applying pressure on Friga.
He's so good downhill, he can mix it up, but he's a great shooter. Here we go. Let's see if Friga can get
If he makes another one for halftime, fellas. I don't know, man.
Friga's trying to kind of stun on him. He got caught in a bad. Friga's stunting on him,
I don't know.
but right when he stunts, Nas takes off.
Shimmy,
Oh,
pump fake.
great decision.
Drive, step.
Great
Throws the
decision.
ball at Friga.
Oh my God.
Going back to kind of, the mental warfare. Nas wants this game to be emotional and chippy as possible. That plays into the way he wants to play this game. Friga's got to stay poised.
Yeah, there's a difference between intensity and passion and emotion. And that distinction is huge in one-on-one because I don't think a lot of players are good playing emotionally. I talked to Mike about that in the Mike Cam game. He was way too emotional to start that game. He played into emotions rather than just playing his game and then allowing that intensity and passion to build up throughout the game.
The gym is buzzing.
Man.
Nas is rolling right now.
He is putting on a clinic. He's
He looks
putting on a
determined.
clinic.
He looks determined. Halftime. Nas is rolling.
Gonna be interesting to see what's next for both of these guys. Looks like this Isaiah Briscoe game for Nas.
This is insane. I mean, you might as well send it to the.
But this is definitely
I don't have
the toughest moment in Friga's online career. As far as like, I mean, he chose a career to be his career, and this is what comes with it. But this is the most adversity I think he's probably faced. This was a huge moment. I just want to see what he does next. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine whatever he does. Like, he's smart. He's a businessman. He's going to be successful in life. He works hard, all of that good stuff. But, like, what is he going to do next as a player? What's his next game? It's just interesting to me. It's not that I don't think he's going to find a way or find a solution to get back to where he wants to be, but I'm just interested to see his route,
anything to say.
And that's cool for the community to see,
It's really than
We see players
if you're in
at the top of the world, and then we see players like Friga. It's a tough time as a player for him.
He's making jump shots, Miller. He's not even bullying. He's skillfully going.
Nas was locked.
hard for this moment. It's been a force in the one-on-one space.
This was the best shape I've seen Nas in too, for sure, in a long time.
Halftime. Second half has started.
He's low-key getting back to the shape he looked like in Africa when he was playing there. But he's a lot better now, in my opinion.
It's like Nas uses the jab, right step back, and then once he makes a couple of those, he gets into a plethora of counters that you have to respect.
Absolutely.
It's jab 3, jab step back. If you don't respect it, it's like hezo.
Yep.
It's just, man, he knows exactly what he wants to get to. Let's see if Friga can go on a run here. It's 15-2. We've seen comebacks. We've seen runs.
I was having a conversation with one of my guys the other day. It was a collision. And he was kind of, we were talking about Nas, and he was kind of like, well, he's not like super fast, so I don't see how he would kind of score on me. You know, like I feel like I would struggle more with the guy that was just faster than me. But
let's see if you can face Nas up a little bit.
I would argue that the fastest players at times struggle with pace, which is the hardest to guard. Just to stop that train of thought, this is probably Friga's most north-south possession. And just from a breakdown perspective, if Friga were to watch film, he faced up, which is great. Like that is step one. If Friga faces up and levels Nas out in this game, even if you're drawing fouls with the rip, take his arm with you. Like, do whatever you need to do. You can't allow him to push you to one side without facing up. Put your head in his chest. Do whatever needs to happen. But you have to face up. That's step one. But right here, from a breakdown perspective, even his drive here is 2 away from Nas's body. A lot easier to see from a film perspective. It's so good to watch. This is why it's great to watch film. If he attacks Nas's hip consistently, this game changes. It makes it tougher for Nas to guard. I don't know what happens. Like, Nas wins, but it's going to be tougher for Nas to guard. But I think right here, it was good. Step one complete. But then there was too much space in the drive. I think you got to keep that line. Your straight line drive right off of Nas's hip. Good shot. And then, I mean, best north-south possession of the game. Something good happens, you know. Not saying it was the best, but at least that's an impossible shot. That's tough, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard to rely on those over the course of 30 points.
Yeah.
Spin off.
Oh my gosh, that's tricky. But what I was saying, before I talked about that, I was just saying that it's not Nas's speed or anything like that. Whereas a lot of times as hoopers, we try to break down like people's athleticism, like all their attributes, and it's like it's pace and counters and the skill within that. He can shoot it. He has great pace. He has great counters, and he thinks really well through the game. It's not who's the most athletic in ones. It's not. It's a lot of things and a lot of nuances too, specifically in the one-on-one space. Like when you get to these main event games, all the pay-per-view games are played so different from ones that are played like in a different setting.
20 to 5. Nas up 15. I think Sel might have to do the rest of the commentary.
Wow. Timeout.
I think at this point, me being Sel, we're just like,
I just think one of these situations where Nas knows exactly what he can exploit, and he's doing it. Like his game plan is similar. He's executing his game plan similar to the way School did. Both these guys game plan really well. And you know they hang around each other a lot. Those two have executed beautifully.
yes, yep.
Absolutely.
Film, it's everything. It's watching film and having a good understanding, putting that plan into place. I thought Scoop executed really well. But like with these pay-per-view games, you have several months to prepare. You're getting your body right. Like both of them took their health very, very seriously. Both of them watched film and knew exactly what they wanted to do. They had their game plans were probably the most able to see. Like to me, those were the most impressive performances of the night because it was so clear that their preparation was A+.
A world of adversity right now.
This is tough,
you're down
man.
25, and you're struggling to stop Nas at all, you know. So, and you're struggling to score. Yeah. He's taken really tough shots so far. I think he's got to try to get north-south somehow, because he's not going to be able to go on a run the way that he's been taking the shots.
Yeah.
He's getting bounced out to the wing, shooting really, and he can hit those. He's incredible, but you can't really rely on those. But
shots.
right.
Friga, 15 point. lead.
With that call completely. That was clean.
100% thought that was clean there. Wow. Sometimes the ball lies, fellas.
We got a whole bunch of legends in the building. We got Terry Hosey, Alvin Kamara, Your Rage, John Belly, and the Professor watching this monument. We got Terry Hosey, Alvin Kamara, Your Rage, John Belly, and the Professor.
Catch. And then this kind of bails Nas out from really working. I think like I said, the biggest lessons for Friga to take in this game is, first of all, making sure you face up in your matchups and trying to get north-south, because when he goes north-south, Friga is so much better. Like, if he plays someone he can get north-south against, he opens his game up and he plays the best of his ability. But when he, in these physical games, he just gets flooded out. And this happened in Detroit as well. If you go back and watch the broadcast, he beat the guy in Detroit and he made him fall twice on escape dribbles, but he was getting pushed out east-west. Go back, watch the Friga versus, I think, Josh game in Detroit. I noticed during the broadcast he wasn't getting north-south like he needed to, you know? And if he does, I just think that makes him so much better. So much better. And it's something that he can fix.
Friga escaping, right corner.
Deep corner.
Like you said, Mills,
Pacing, counters, north-south.
Even for Friga, that's a tough shot maker.
Yeah.
I mean, you end up in the deep corner when you check up top. That's a tough shot. Step through. Left hand finish. Nas is rolling 22-5.
22 to 6, Billy.
22-6. I'm half blind on my right eye. I apologize.
Thanks, though.
Triple threat 3 is there if he wants it. Takes it.
Left.
Off left.
I'll tell you what, the magic number right now for Friga.
Now on the flip side,
Run right now.
that one was a foul. On the flip side, though, going over to Nas, this is the best version of Nas, I believe, to date.
Pushing him off that line.
Right. He is getting pushed off.
What can he do?
I think there's a lot of people that will be surprised with how close the gap is between like a Nas or something like that and a guy like Isaiah Briscoe that is like widely respected. And when people talk about Isaiah Briscoe in ones, it's like, oh yeah, that was probably Friga's best possession of the game right here. But when people talk about Isaiah Briscoe, like, he is the guy that can put you on an island and get a bucket, you know? But people are going to be surprised, I believe, at just how the nuances, and this is this one-on-one basketball is a sport in itself. I know it's just basketball, but there's nuances and specialty. He's a specialist. He's a one-on-one specialist. You got to respect it.
Just grooving, man. 24-6.
Oh,
Timely pull.
my goodness. 27. He's got that look in his eye.
He got that look, man.
He can win it with the 3 sidestep.
For game.
If he would have hit this, that's the only way Nas could have had a better performance this night, if he hit that shot in that moment in time. Like, if he hits that,
The intensity.
we're getting up from the booth. We're not talking. We're probably not doing an outro. Like, that would have been crazy, just based on the build-up.
You cannot write a better script. This atmosphere, even though it's
It seems like everyone over here is trying to process too, but
is still top of the line. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen.
main things, man. Friga would have to press up more defensively.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
You gotta counter. You gotta go north-south.
gonna say.
A lot of people in our ear as if we're talking about
Main things, main takeaways.
this is levels.
Yeah, it's literally displaying levels.
You know what I think gave Nas a little bit of an edge coming into this? Not that he needs it, but he looks for chips on the shoulder. It's that number 1 spot conversation.
Because of B. Ellis.
Hell yeah, why not? I want to see him at his best.
Back to it. See if he can face Nas up. Friga going back to the line.
I think half of Friga's points came with that free throw line.
Yeah.
I only remember him scoring 1 bucket. Just
He hit the
corner
shot in the corner.
I think a lot of people. Wow. I think I would have called that before some of the others.
For sure.
But I think people maybe underestimated how well Nas can actually guard.
Yes.
He moves his feet well. He's not just a brute player.
Film study.
For a game, half court.
Nas tends to do that late.
Lock in, Nas. Lock in.
I think if he sticks his shot, that goes in. It's a game of inches.
Yep.
Friga's his next few games. You could argue that he has more pressure on his next few games than even this one, just because if he loses like another one-on-one very soon, people are gonna pile on. It's a lot of pressure in this space. It's a lot of pressure, especially when you get to Friga's level. The only thing I don't like is like the disrespect, but if it's basketball, we got to talk about the game. We got to talk about what we saw. We got to be honest about it. And I think most people actually, now that I think about it, most people have kept it basketball 100% actually. So it's just kind of what comes with the territory.
It lies with Nas and Zay.
Yeah.
Only.
That's the game right now.
That's what I want to see.
Leading into the rematch too. Nas versus Zay for the belt.
For the belt.
Has to be. Especially with this display going on right now, live and direct. That's what it has.
It's looking like Nas versus Isaiah Briscoe now.
Losing tonight.
Yes.
You know, so this conversation becomes even more.
I actually think that's the bigger game too, for a few reasons, but one of them is
Enough money on the table for
Nas and Zay, like, they're friends. Like, Nas and Briscoe, that build-up would be crazy because Briscoe's not messing with that. He's not messing with Nas, and Nas is not messing with Briscoe. He's Friga's trying to get a handshake here. He's having his moment.
I love it because
Nas having his moment here.
Because I'm gonna try to get you going. That's what I do. I love it. Good job, man. You did your job. I love it. You did your job. Yeah, thanks. I love this shit. Like, for life. Like, forever. It won't ever stop. I won't ever stop loving it.
Tough, man.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Tough. Shout out to 19. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a tough loss. I mean, there's no way around it. It's tough. I'm interested to see where Friga goes from here in terms of his next game. What angle he takes, what his thoughts are on the game, if he talks about it, what he's gonna do. But regardless, TNC 1 was a huge success, and I just can't wait for TNC 2. Just selfishly, it's so much fun to watch. Live. It's incredible to watch. If you haven't ever been to a live event, try to make it at some point. Put it on the YouTube basketball bucket list. Like the vibe and the level of play and intensity and the passion is unmatched. It really can't just be shown through the screen. So, but regardless, man, thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.